for all of the technical elements with regards to cybersecurity in the space that we operate in, ultimately it really is about people and how they perceive and operate within that technical environment in order to be able to provide the most secure human firewall, as the title of this presentation alludes to. And as complex human beings, we are influenced by our social groups. So our friends, our families, our peers, the company that we work in, and who we meet. And as Steve rightly pointed out, if you have suffered a cybersecurity attack or someone close to you has, you're likely to be more aware of it. So there is a significant social influence applied to how people approach security. And there's a cultural element, and that culture can be an ethnic culture, or it can be a organizational culture, and really about we're seeing that being modified by legislation coming in. So we many of us have operated in a post GDPR universe, and we're seeing many new legislative controls coming into play on a global scale, driving more focus and more attention towards especially privacy and the value and importance of our personal data in combination with important information that we may handle as part of our working roles. And then there's that kind of motivation and prioritization. So within an organization, where does security sit in terms of the hierarchy of things that are important to that organization? Is it a security first organization, or is security an afterthought that's somebody else's problem? Is it something that is cascaded by the behaviors of senior management, or is it something that's driven upwards by hassled security managers? And then, of course, there's things like cognitive biases, so how we operate in the world. So for things like the optimism bias, whereby we don't believe it's ever going to happen to us. It's never happened before, therefore it's unlikely to in the future. And unfortunately, when we talk to organizations about security, we talk about a when, not if, a significant cybersecurity event is going to take place. Therefore, the pre-existing biases of, oh, it's going to be fine, it hasn't happened so far, can lead us down to a place where we believe that that's it definitely isn't going to happen to us. And other things like confirmation bias. So our pre-existing beliefs about cybersecurity and how we have dealt with that in the past would continue to be positive in the future. However, we have to remain with an open mind that the vulnerabilities that exist today will change and be enhanced tomorrow. Therefore, what works today may not continue to work in the future. So we have to constantly revisit our security process. And then that kind of as part of that perceived risk, it's something that happens to somebody else. It's something that's never going to happen to us. I'm not important. We don't have a high value business. And those kind of perceived risks are starting to become debunked, shall we say, whereby organizations have said, we're a school, we're a hospital, no one's going to attack us. We're a small business, no one's going to attack us. Small business are equally as at risk as large ones, especially if they are suppliers to larger, higher value organizations. Therefore, everybody needs to be able to take cybersecurity seriously.